standing shoulder press with dumbbells, all right? I got a more advanced version for you coming up, but this is where we start. So obviously start off with lightweight, and the way that you're gonna be doing this is on a stagger set. Look at my feet. They're staggered, they're open, they're shoulder width apart, they're not like right behind each other. And you're gonna kind of lean on that back leg a little bit, right? This is gonna work out your shoulders, obviously, but also your posterior chain, which is everything in your back, everything in your glutes, everything in your hamstrings. Eventually, hypertrophy purposes, to grow muscle, we're gonna be doing this type of movement sitting down on the Smith machine, all right? But this is where we start. So stagger set, lean on that back leg, all right? Right before you touch your shoulders, right back up. Again, you're gonna wanna start this with light dumbbells, kind of get used to this movement, and then we'll build up to the next one. Now we're gonna get into the deficit shoulder press with a barbell. Not only are you gonna be able to go a lot heavier here, safer. It's not that safe if you have 100-pound dumbbells and you're standing up, right? You're also gonna be able to strengthen the weakest part of the shoulder press, which is at the bottom. That's why it is a deficit shoulder press. You're gonna set up your safety pins, all right, where you're able to have a full range at the bottom, but obviously not low enough to where you're too low. Where should the barbell reach? Just right where your chin is at. Look where my elbows are at. You could start a little bit higher. You could start about right here, but I have a better range, right? So you can eventually work up to it being here. So the point of this exercise is to build the weakest part of your shoulder press, which is at the bottom. And obviously it not being on a Smith machine, it being standing, this also, but your back, basically everything in your back, right? Your back, your glutes, your hamstring, think it's your posterior chain, all right? So that's the reason we're doing this on the standing. So what you're gonna do is basically get under it. Obviously after you add the weight, make sure that the bar is in the middle of the safety bar, not right at the tip, because every time you come down, right, you need to place it safely, and you don't wanna have to be looking or worrying, right? So you're gonna start here, dead weight, power up, control the weight down, dead weight, power up, control the weight down, all right? So you're gonna be exploding from the bottom, controlling the weight down, dead weight, and push it up. Do not spend no time at the top. Once you start to go to failure, then you take a quick rest pause, and you pump it out again.